Hey everyone, welcome to our Discover doTERRA, learn more from A to Z. This is class number 2, our daily vitality, nutrition, and supplements. And we're gonna get started here just shortly, but I have some kind of housekeeping things that I wanna do before we start. So first of all, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jules. And I absolutely love doTERRA. I love this workshop. This is one of my very favorite ones to teach, and I get to co-teach it tonight with my friend Sarah, so I'll introduce her later. But I am coming in from sunny, hot Discovery Bay, California. Our high today is 111. We're supposed to hit that about 6 o'clock tonight. Yeah. But you won't hear me complain because I live on the water and I love summer, so I'm super happy about it. So for those of you who are here, jump into the chat, introduce yourself like I just did, let us know where you're coming in from, who invited you, and yeah, what your weather's like wherever you are, because this has been pretty amazing. Let's see. So first things first, if you would mute yourself if you are joining, or when you join, please mute yourself. We do try and catch that as we launch the class and just mute everybody, but sometimes we miss it. And if you come in and we're presenting and you're unmuted and we're hearing TV and conversation, it's super hard to stay on track. So if you could mute yourself, that would be really great and would be deeply appreciated. So that's number 1 task. And then number 2, I just want to let you know that every Monday night, every Tuesday night, and every Wednesday night, at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern Time, we are in this same Zoom room and we offer different classes. So Monday nights is a natural wellness workshop. Tuesday night is a series of 8 different continuing education workshops. And then on Wednesday night, both this workshop and Monday nights are recorded, but on Wednesday nights, that is an unrecorded session. And you can join in, and Tammy usually hosts that class. And it's as though you've gone in and sat down at Tammy's kitchen table and you can just have some great conversation, share some testimonials, ask your questions. And it's just like you're having that conversation at the kitchen table. So that is unrecorded, so you can speak freely and not have to worry about anything. And we'd love to have you join us on any one or all of those 3 classes. So that's out of the way. And then I also want to remind you that when you have completed 8 classes, whether it's a Monday night or Tuesday night class, when you've completed 8 of those workshops or classes, then you're going to text class and you're going to text the number of the class. So tonight, this is class number 2, Daily Vitality, Nutrition and Supplements. You can just put class number 2, but you'll text the word class, which number of class, and you'll text that to the number here on your screen. I have to make my screen bigger because I can't see it. And if somebody would actually drop that in the chat, that would be great. Yeah, I can't see it the way my screen is. So Sarah, can you drop that in the chat for me? So you want to text that to this class tonight, or to that number tonight when we're finished, and that'll all be logged on the back end. And then when you've completed 8 different workshops, you'll get a free recipe book. And I did not grab mine to show you, but it's a recipe book that it was fun to be a part of. A few years ago, we created it amongst all of us seasoned leaders. We shared a bunch of our favorite recipes, so tried and true recipes. So if you want to know how to use your oils, you want to know how to get the most out of your supplements, and you want to just be able to have something that you can't get anywhere else, just come to 8 workshops. Make sure you text the word class to that number that's in the chat, and you'll get that free book once you've completed 8 of them. Okay, so I think that's it. Hey, Dixie, it's raining in 67 in Wisconsin. Oh, that's different. Different than here. Okay, Sarah, you can go ahead and go to the next slide for me if you would. So Sarah has to run slides for me because I can't figure out how to do it on my iPad. So Sarah's running my slides for me. So this is our list of Tuesday night classes. So last week, week number 1 is all about essential oils, safety, kind of the 101 basics of essential oils. This is class number 2, Daily Vitality, Nutrition and Supplements. Next week, you'll see there class number 3, Next Level Metabolism. Class 4 is a great class on women and hormones. Class 5 is Sarah's baby. That's Happy, Healthy Babies, Kids, and Pets. And class number 6, mood and emotional well-being. Class number 7, spa, aroma touch, symphony of the cells. And class number 8 is happy home, how to live a toxin-free lifestyle. And these are all centered around using doTERRA products to help you with your foundational wellness. Okay, so let's start. This is all about daily nutrition. And in the way I like to put it, our foundational wellness. If we have a strong foundation, then we are going to be able to fight things off. We're going to have less dis-ease in our body. Our immune system is going to be stronger. All kinds of things are going to have an effect when our nutritional foundation is strong. So I want you to ask yourself these 2 questions. Number 1, have you ever thought to yourself, why are so many people around me sick? Why, when we live in this country that's supposed to be, the land of opportunity, the land of possibility, the land of anything that you want, why are so many of us sick? Or maybe it's somebody in your family, or maybe it's you. It's like, why, what keeps happening? Why am I here? And then the second thing I want you to think about or bring to mind and ask you is it possible? Do you think it's possible to get proper nutrition from your food in today's day and age? So just keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to talk about both of these as we move on. So what creates dis-ease or disease in the body? Number 1, the number 1 thing that we know that causes dis-ease in the body is nutrient deficiency. So to think back about that question that I just asked you, if our nutrition buckets were full and we were operating optimally, then we wouldn't have dis-ease, because the number 1 cause is nutrient deficiency. Second cause is inflammation, too much of it. And the third is toxic overload. And these all feed into the other. So the more we can dial these in and get them right, the better we're going to be. I love this slide because I love circles. I don't like things with edges. I love circles because to me, energy flows smoothly in a circle. It's not, jittery and edgy. It's just when it feels good, it flows good. And in a circle is the way I like to see it. So this is, as you can see, these are puzzle pieces. And this is all the things, or a bunch of the things that we need to have fit together. Those puzzle pieces need to lock in together to form that perfect circle so that we feel better in our bodies. So let's look at what those pieces are. Number 1 is whole food nutrition and digestion. And that to me is foundational health. If we can get that right, we are going to be healthier overall. So that's the number 1 piece. And then we have to move our body. Our bodies were designed to move. We were not designed to sit behind a desk and stare at a screen all day, or to sit in our easy chair. We were designed to move. So we have to move our body. If we're moving our body, that piece starts to fit in there better. When we reduce the toxicity, like we were talking about, that's the 3rd cause of disease in the body. When we can reduce that toxicity, we just function better. Our body functions better, and that puzzle piece slides into place. When we can manage our stress, everybody's stress level is through the roof. It seems it doesn't matter what's going on. And with the start of COVID, it seems like that has even been exacerbated even more. Even though we're through that and on the other side, we know that stress management is a really big deal. So if we can manage our stress, that puzzle piece fits in there a lot nicer. And then our metabolism. When we can help and fuel our metabolism and have our metabolism fuel us optimally, we are going to function way better from inside all the way out. And then that last piece is restorative sleep. That's been traditionally a challenge of mine. All these other things I'm pretty good at, kind of keeping those puzzle pieces locked together. But sleep has been kind of a challenge for me. And I've gotten better over time using doTERRA products and doing the things that I do. But that's a huge piece that a lot of people miss, that just doesn't interlock into this beautiful circle. So those are all things that factor into our overall wellness and our foundational health. I love this slide, and I love that it is in here for a couple of reasons. But the number 1 is when you look at the date of it, you can see that on this slide, this was written May 25th of 2013. And I know that probably a lot of you would think that's outdated, And it is, but here's the thing. Back in May of 2013, this is what we knew, that we were breeding the nutrition out of our food. And a lot of us thought it was just happening right, at that point in time. But here's what they found. The loss of these beneficial nutrients did not begin 50 or even 100 years ago. It began, as many of us assume. Unwittingly, we have been stripping phytonutrients from our diet since we stopped foraging for wild plants some 10,000 years ago and became farmers. Now, this isn't about dissing on farmers. This is about just explaining what's happening in our demand to produce so much food, because there's so many of us that demand for those crops, get them in the ground, get them to fruition, cut them down, start over again. Where I live, I watch fields and fields and fields and fields and fields of corn and tomatoes be grown beginning in March every year. And those fields are just turned and replanted, turned and replanted, turned and replanted. It is crazy how many crops they get. So what we know for sure is that that ground is depleted of a lot of the nutrients that it had even 5 years ago, let alone 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So the apple that you're eating today does not have the same nutrient value as something that you would have eaten 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, etc. So it's something to really think about. We need to really work on our nutrition and on that foundation of nutrition. This is where lifelong vitality comes in. And this, for those of you who have never looked at this before, this is a micronutrient line. And I know that a lot of you have probably heard about micronutrients and macronutrients and what really are they? Well, I'll tell you, this is a micronutrient line. And this is both vitamins and minerals, and they are vital to our health and longevity. We have to have vitamins and minerals in our diets. Deficiency in these will almost always result in disease in the body or just poor health overall. Vitamins and minerals play a really, really important role in our vitality and our longevity. So how healthy we are on the inside is way more important than how healthy we might look on the outside. And this is where this micronutrient line comes in. So when you look at this screen, at the slide on the screen, you can see that there's a sweet spot right there in the middle. It's got that little box around it and all those green bars in it. This is where, if you're eating just your average diet and you fill in the gaps with lifelong vitality, this is where you're going to land. When we first started out, we were looking at things like the one-a-day vitamin that were based on the recommended daily allowances, the RDA. They were poor quality. They were full of artificial ingredients. We didn't break them down. We didn't absorb them. What happened was we just had sewage systems full of vitamins that were undigested. Then we went to those high-dose mega vitamins. And I don't know about you guys, but I can remember taking those big old horse pills, and within about 30 minutes of taking them, number one, you had to kind of choke them down. But within about 30 minutes of taking them, you went to the bathroom and your urine reeked of the stuff that vitamin breaking down. So more wasn't better. It just really didn't work. We just excreted all that excess. Plus, they had binders and fillers and artificial ingredients in them as well. So what we have with lifelong vitality that lands us in that sweet spot that you see there on the screen, it's state of the art. This is bioavailable and 95% absorbable micronutrients that we get when we take lifelong vitality. Most other supplements on the marketplace today are only about 20 to 30% bioavailable. So this is a huge piece to filling in the gaps of that foundational nutrition. This is a 60-day clinical trial. I don't want to go through the whole thing here, but I just kind of want to give you an overview of it. This was done by doTERRA, and these were subjects who did not change anything with their normal diet and exercise routine. They kept eating whatever they're eating and moving or not moving, whatever was their normal, that's what they stayed. But they introduced doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Trio. to them and they started taking them. They took them for 2 months, and you can see, I'm not going to read everything there, but if you start on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see in red, it says that they saw statistically significant improvement in all kinds of things there that were measurable. They could actually measure that in the blood. And then we also saw positive effects on a whole bunch of different biomarkers. Again, measurable results. And then we had an overall improvement in things like mental clarity, energy, motivation, just feeling better in your body, and a level of happiness as well. So that was an in-house study. But again, those people didn't change anything except they added in doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality. And these were the results of that after just 2 short months. All right, this is another great one to kind of put it in perspective about what a really good bioavailable micronutrient line can do for you. So if you purchase doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality, or LLV, that's what we all call it, who have been with doTERRA for a long time, it's about $85 a month. If you are going to purchase the same amount of nutrients, that 95% absorbability of those nutrients, if you were going to purchase that same amount of nutrients at your grocery store, and this slide is a little bit, it's probably a year old, I can tell you it says $900 on there right now. I would venture to guess that it's probably closer to $1,100, maybe even $1,200, because grocery prices are through the roof. But here's the thing about that, not even factoring in that cost. Look over on the right-hand side of your screen and look at what you'd have to eat in 30 days to get what you're getting when you supplement with this micronutrient line. Just for instance, you'd have to eat 60 cups of broccoli every 30 days. Now, I love broccoli, but I can guarantee you I'm not going to eat 60 cups of it every month, all month long, just to get the nutrient value that I need or that I'm going to get from this micronutrient line with doTERRA. So I love that slide. I think it's a great one to take a screenshot of, just so that you can put it in perspective about how powerful and how good this is for you when you consider that you're getting 95% of those micronutrients, those vitamins and minerals that your body needs, and you can get it for less than a few bucks a day. It's less than a cup of coffee a day, basically. $85 a month. Can't go wrong. Okay, so this is the 3 pieces. This is how it works synergistically together. This is the Microplex VMZ. That is our multivitamin, and that's everything. That's whole food nutrition. It supports healthy digestion, our metabolism. It does all the things that you would want in a multivitamin. And then the next piece of it is the Alpha CRS, and that's all about cellular vitality. So when we think about cellular vitality, I want you to think about back to like maybe 7th grade science, when you learned about the mitochondria in the cell, which are the little energy powerhouses of the cell. They're those little things that look like hairs inside the cell. This supplement helps to fuel those mitochondria within the cell. So we get metabolism support, we get increased energy levels, but it's not like what you would get from a really sugary drink or a caffeinated drink. This is at the cellular level. Those cells are going, yeah, we've got energy. Let's go make things happen. And they are just like notching up in what they can do. And that's what Alpha CRS does for us. And then the last piece of this are the omegas. And this is everything about nourishing our cells, nourishing our brain, nourishing our joints, nourishing our body, our hair, our skin, our nails. We need these omegas. And the 3 of these supplements together are going to give you everything you need to get that 95% bioavailability and absorbability to help you feel better in your body. This is the core of your foundational health. You got to have this. You got to eat right, and you got to take these, because that's going to fill in the gaps, and it's going to make your foundation really, really strong. And now I'm going to turn this over to Sarah, because Sarah and I met through doTERRA, and I'm not going to tell her story, and I don't know if she'll share the whole thing with you right now either. But Sarah and I met through doTERRA, and I can guarantee you, I have never known anyone more qualified to speak about really good gut health and what happens when you don't have it. So I'm going to turn this over to Sarah, and she's going to finish out the slides for us tonight.
Oh, thanks, Jules. That's amazing, you guys. Hi, my name is Sarah Collins, you guys. I'm not Hayley B. I am here in Casper, Wyoming. I have 2 little boys. We raise sheep and goats. I absolutely love my life, married to the love of my life. And yes, I am a survivor of ulcerative colitis. I call myself a warrior. As the boys call me, a woman of wonder. So I am a survivor of ulcerative colitis. I came with a bout of it. I was pregnant with Levi, so it would have been 2015, had him in 2016, and they couldn't figure it out. Long story short, almost died 5 different times on the table, and I have had 10 organs removed up to this point. So if you guys ever want to dive in, we can do that. It's a super fun story. I love to share on gut health. Hashtag gut health is all of my stuff, you guys. And I always say, love your guts. And I will always say gutless, because that's my lifestyle now. No colon, still rolling. All right, guys. So let's drive this train right into gut health. And so if you want to focus on gut health specifically, lifelong vitality paired with PB Restore and TerraZyme is our highest recommendation. And I will say that to so many people. The gut plays a vital role in our overall health and our well-being. Your gut is called your second brain. There's a book out there, and it's absolutely amazing. My surgeon had me go find it as soon as this all happened to me, and it's so real. It is vital in everything from our weight to our immune function and to our mental wellness. doTERRA's PB Restore Probiome Complex, and I love that word now because it makes it sound so strong, is our patented dual capsule delivery system. It is unique formulation of 30 pre, pro, and postbiotics that help restore that microbial diversity and balance for optimal microbiome health. And I'm going to dive into that. I know this is a lot of words for everybody, and they're like, eh. So with this unique dual encapsulation, so it's the most beautiful pill. We call it a little alien in our house. Delivery system, it protects the sensitive probiotic cultures from stomach acid, delivering it safely and effectively to your gut. So that stomach acid can actually deteriorate whatever you're putting it in there and make it less effective to your body. So if it can't be delivered to your colon can't do the right things with it. So there is, it's delivering the 18 billion colony forming units, also known as CFUs. You'll see that on a lot of probiotics, or good bacteria. So it consists of 24 active cultures. Unparalleled variety of careful selected from 22 different species for exceptional microbial diversity. I love this. Can you guys tell? I'm not a science girl, but this is my niche. So maintains healthy intestinal microflora balance, supports healthy digestive and immune system function, supports GI tract function, especially the intestines and that colon. Guys, if you have that colon, it's precious. It supports optimal metabolism and food absorption. So for those of us that don't have a colon, we will only absorb 11 to 16% of nutrients the rest of our life, unless we're taking a great pre, pro, and postbiotic. So in simple terms, when you have a healthy microbiome with good bacteria, bad bacteria has a harder time doing its dirty work. Let's talk about TerraZyme. So that's to the right, and I absolutely love TerraZyme in this house. So it includes a variety of whole food enzymes that help with digestion. I'm going to tell a really cool story on that. It can be taken with every meal, and I highly suggest it gets taken with every meal. Supports healthy digestion and metabolism. Supports conversion of food nutrients to cellular energy. So we're talking about energy again, and I'm going to be diving into that in a couple slides. Promotes gastrointestinal comfort and food tolerance. So if you have some food intolerances, this TerraZyme, and I'm going to talk about my mom in a second, is absolutely phenomenal for that. Has 10 active whole food enzymes. So a couple stories real fast. TerraZyme, you guys, we put that on all of our meat. And a lot of people ask me, why do you keep videoing that? And there's some tough cuts out there. Just sprinkle TerraZyme on it, you guys, and it breaks that meat down. So when you do cook it, it tenderizes it. It's absolutely phenomenal. But here's my test to all of you. So if you guys are big oatmeal people, so I unfortunately can't have a lot of it, too much fiber now. But if you make some oatmeal, put it in the fridge, let it get real hard. The next morning, sprinkle some TerraZyme on it. And you guys, it is absolutely phenomenal science experiment. And it breaks it down and makes it what it's supposed to be for your body to properly digest. It's so cool. You guys have to do it. It's a cool test. And then that little box, that PB Assist, you guys can learn more about it on my kids class, but it is exactly PB Restore in we call it a pixie stick. It just gets poured in your mouth. So if you have a hard time taking soft gels, capsules, you definitely want this PB Assist. It just pours in your mouth. You're just going to take 2 of those. And my computer keeps glitching, so let me know if I'm like going real slow. Okay, so now we're going to go into DDR Prime, and DDR Prime is one of those. Oh, I want to rewind on TerraZyme real fast. Real cool, because my mom just shared it with me a couple hours ago. She told me, she said, Sarah, I know you've been telling me when I was saying I was having a gluten intolerance. She goes, everybody kept making fun of me. She blows up when she has bread. I mean, it's huge. So I said, Mom, I want you, if you decide to have that treat or have that little bread with that oil, I want you to take 2 TerraZyme before the meal and 2 TerraZyme after, just as an experiment. And you guys, for the first time, she was able to enjoy that with my stepdad, and that she has no bloating. She did not have diarrhea. She said it was absolutely phenomenal. So if you do have those food intolerances, that TerraZyme is very, very beneficial for you. Okay, DDR Prime. So there's kind of a joke in this house about DDR Prime. If I were to pick a supplement besides Lifelong Vitality and PB Restore, because that's my gut health, it's DDR Prime. If someone like held me on a cliff, it would be DDR Prime. DDR Prime is one of those ones that is indescribable. So DDR Prime, so AKA Daily DNA Repair. So it has frankincense, wild orange, lemongrass, thyme, summer savory, clove, and aioli. We're talking a powerful punch right there. It is one of those ones that you can actually never ever make yourself, if you ask me. I've tried to make it myself in a veggie capsule, and I just can't find their niche. They have something going on here. So we have those CPTG oils, so certified pure, tested grade, like she's talked about. So combination of frankincense, wild orange, lemongrass, thyme, summer savory, aioli, and clove provides antioxidant support for your cellular health and vitality. So when we're talking about that, we're given the frankincense and wild orange both have been shown to promote a healthy response to free radicals. Clove provides powerful antioxidant properties. Aioli and thyme essential oils support cellular immunity and overall cellular health. Summer savory has been shown to support the body's natural mechanisms to deal with oxidative stress. I'm going to get talked about that more too. And lastly, lemongrass can protect against environmental threats. So this is your powerful punch. When you need to reach for something, I highly suggest this. And this actually goes in our baths as well for needing a good detox bath because it's so powerful. All right, Mito2 Max is to the right of that. And I'm not a big girl on reading screens, so I take notes and I have my own things. So if you guys don't try to follow along because I'm not following the screen. So Mito2 Max has been reformulated and I absolutely love it. So it actually had, so the screen might be a little wrong, but it does not have ashwagandha in it anymore. And I did a deep dive. I wanted to know why they took it out of Mito2 Max. Like, why did they kind of just go that route? So let's give you the nutshell. Let's give you the foundation of it. So Mito2 Max supports cellular energy production and overall well-being. And that's where it gets so fun for me. So Mito2 Max is suitable, by the way, for anyone that's junior high or above. I did some research on this. I just recently got some teaching sent to me. And so it's suitable for anyone junior high or above. If they're smaller, from what I've learned from this voice recording is I could give Levi 1 before his wrestling match and he would be absolutely fine, and he's 8 years old. So you just have to make sure that you're smart about it. So whether you're an athlete, a busy parent, an aging adult, or someone dealing with adrenal fatigue, I highlight adrenal, Mito2 Max can help revitalize your energy levels and promote overall vitality. So if you are someone that is experiencing adrenal fatigue, which was the case for me, and naturally, right, because I don't have a lot of parts, that was one of my things that I started reaching for, because all I saw was energy and stamina. That's all I had to see was energy. I was like, okay, this is my ticket. This is my ticket to get out of this phase. And I wasn't even in menopause yet. So at the foundation of human vitality lies a complex system of cellular energy production, orchestrated by tiny organelles called mitochondria. So Jules talked about that a little bit. So these microscopic powerhouses are the unsung heroes of biological existence. This is where it gets really fun for me, and I have to tell you guys this. Tirelessly generating the fuel our cells need to function. ATP. So ATP correlates to AKA energy, right? So see how this is all correlating with the lifelong vitality? It's the most coolest thing. All right, so however, the efficiency of this energy production process can be compromised by various factors, including stress, aging, and exposure to environmental toxins. Isn't this fun? It's all tying in, guys. All right, so as we age, our mitochondria accumulate damage from free radicals, impairing their ability to generate energy effectively. Fortunately, interventions such as doTERRA's Mito2 Max offers a ray of hope in the quest to revitalize mitochondrial health. So by providing a synergistic blend of natural ingredients specifically formulated to support the mitochondrial function, Mito2 Max aims to replenish cellular energy stores and rejuvenate vitality. So what they replaced that with was, I'm going to go backwards now, the ashwagandha is PQQ. And that is known as the only known botanical to increase your mitochondria. So do you guys kind of see how it's all intertwining to that energy, that ATP? Very interesting. Okay, so turmeric. So turmeric is one of those ones that I use daily. It's one of those ones that I can digest. It's one of those ones that I can actually benefit from it because it's pushing everything a little bit deeper into my system. So anybody that has all the parts, it's going to do really, really well for you guys. All right, so turmeric. So I have been really learning and really diving into how to pronounce things correctly because it really bothers me when people are talking scientifically and they can't say the word. So curcumin and curcuminoids is how we say it. So I will clap it out with you guys and I'll put it in the chat because I've been really, really practicing the last couple of weeks. So I want you to know with our turmeric quality, our quality is completely different. This is not Costco turmeric. And so many people have been referring to me as Sam's Club. We don't have a Costco here, but I take that from Sam's Club and I haven't noticed any difference. Well, quality is what makes the difference. So this capsule delivers both turmeric extract and turmeric essential oil simultaneously. Oh my gosh, Sarah. Extract considered best nutritional supplements in existence because it contains curcuminoids. See how I did that? You got to say it in little sections. And they help your body fight free radicals and protect against oxidative damage in your cells. So these are all working together. And I don't know if you're like me, I take 12 to 15, a handful every single morning because I know they're all going to take their own part and do the right thing. So if you guys have any questions, I want you to put those in the chat because we have some amazing leaders here that can tell you how and why they take these things. Deep blue polyphenol. So a lot of people know what a polyphenol is. So it's all those beautiful colors that are in our fruits and vegetables. And if you guys are doing the 21-day challenge, they'll talk about polyphenols a lot. It's very, very important for our body. And the biggest thing I like to highlight on these is frankincense. So it's fast-acting frankincense extract, which helps support muscle and joint comfort and function. So this is a must, especially during the summer for me. So Jules probably takes it year-round because she never has the sad winter. It can be taken in tandem with the deep blue rub, so the soothing blend. So we have that stick as well. Contains the doTERRA Tummy Tamer blend of peppermint, ginger, and caraway seeds. So that's really important for anybody with tummy issues. And so nobody's going to be burping that up. It includes extracts of ginger and curcumin. Oh my gosh, see, I have to clap it out. It's just a thing for me for some reason. Contains turmeric, which is recognized by experts everywhere. So we just talked about turmeric. It supports occasional aches and discomfort. And this is where it gets fun for me. So it contains resveratrol, right? Something like that. No? Resveratrol. Thank you. Okay, so I've been finding this out on Google, and it's really interesting. And other polyphenols. So that word that she just said, so it's found in red grapes, which expands blood vessels, reducing blood clotting, and helps hay fever and weight loss. So that's where I really dove in. And I was doing that the last couple of weeks, and I go, that is super interesting. So it acts like antioxidants, which protects our body naturally. So this is something that's going to naturally grab all of those aches and pains, and then it's going to protect that cell for you so that you do not have that further. So this is one of my favorite lines, and I could say that about every line. If you guys have noticed, I've said that every page. But really, this is a beautiful line that they've designed because I can take it. My family can take it. Our animals are right now, they are on a high-protein diet to build muscle, and guess what they get? They get drenched in a drench gun. They get doTERRA's protein powder. No joke. It is the coolest thing because we can give it to every single animal, every single person. So this line, so they also have vegan protein, which is very, very good because a lot of times, a lot of us are actually allergic to that form of whey. I'm not allergic to this, by the way. The greens goes in everything I cook with. And I would love if Tammy could talk about how she utilizes this line because she really likes to bake with this line and she makes amazing stuff. Well, so I hear. I haven't enjoyed any my firsthand. But I actually really enjoy the greens because they don't taste bad. I've been taking greens since I had this journey happen with me. And my surgeon said, you have to take greens. You have to take greens every single day because you're not going to be able to absorb them because your body's going to spit them out too fast. And I can tell you guys, I would plug my nose. I was chug-a-lugging. I was mixing them with peach juice. I'm like, this cannot be my life. And then these came out and I love it with just water. I love it with a few drops of lemon and it is absolutely delicious. I'll mix it in with our protein drink. Levi and I do our cheers with a protein shake in the mornings when we lift weights. This is a wonderful line. What I like the best about it is my mom can have it. It's gluten-free. And I don't know what it is going on in today's world. Like she says, so many things have changed with our food and with our soil, and we got to get back to the roots, pardon the pun. But the gluten is insane, and she can actually have this, and this does not bother her. Shakeology was my niche. You guys, Shakeology was the only one I could have on the market because everything else swelled my throat shut. And so I was very hesitant. I would just take little sips to see if it was going to swell my throat shut, and I can have this entire line. So if you guys have questions, put it in the comments because this is a wonderful line and it's very inexpensive in comparison. I wish we had the dollar comparison chart because in comparison, it doesn't even come close to what I was paying for Shakeology. And the sugars, there's way reduced sugars. Okay. All right. So begin with daily habits. I really like this slide and I like the next one as well, but this is a one I would totally screenshot because in the morning, you want to be taking 2 to 3 drops of balance. So don't even step out of bed. Have that balance right there on your nightstand. Put that balance on your feet because that's your grounding, your anti-inflammatory. Frankincense under your tongue. It says 2, I do 4. It's a thing, you guys. I'm in love with my Frank. He's my main man. Tangerine, I put wild orange. Sometimes I do citrus bliss. I really like it. You don't have to do any of those that I'm saying, but citrus oil, lemon. 2 each of your Lifelong Vitality, TerraZyme with morning meal, and a PB Assist. And I'm also going to suggest here the Mito2 Max. So I always start my morning by taking my collagen. So you're going to see that as well to the right-hand side on an empty stomach because I know that it's activated better on an empty stomach. I wait about 10 minutes before I take my next step. And Jules, she fasts. So maybe she'll have some tips in the chat for you guys because she takes a whole different avenue than I do. But for me, if I take the advantage and then 10 minutes later take the rest of this with my Mito2 Max, you guys wouldn't believe. You think I'm high energy now. You should see me in the morning when I take my Mito2 Max. Like my focus is laser. I have laser beam focus. It's so cool. So I really suggest that in the morning. Afternoon, diffuse or apply your favorite oil for mood management. Depends on my day, what's going on. Absolutely love Thinker. It's the kids blend. It helps me. I just put it behind my ears. It's got the most amazing smell and it's invigorating. As you guys can see, I don't have to read all this for you, but what I really want to suggest is stretching, 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 stretching. And this is not on this slide, but with the Up Level 21, and if you guys have questions, put it in the chat, but with the Up Level 21, it really suggests stretching. And one day we were in a team challenges, Tammy, and I said, you guys, my kiddos and my husband suggested, why don't you guys start doing what dogs do? Like follow their suit. You guys, would you ever look at a dog? You know how many times they stretch in a day? Lots of times. Like we don't stretch enough. So I'm suggesting that you guys stretch because you won't necessarily need to absolutely make yourself have those oils that are going to make you uplifting because you're tired. But that stretching, just moving your body and stretching it, putting that balance on your feet, putting some deep blue on your feet and stretching, game changer. So as you guys can see, it moved all the way down to our foundation, Lifelong Vitality, PB Restore, and TerraZyme. All right, LRP. So I want you guys, this is your challenge, put it in the chat. Why do you guys LRP? Why do you guys use loyalty rewards? Because for us, it's a game changer. I am one of those coupon people. I just screenshot my Smith's order. It was amazing. And we like to go to Smith's because we get fuel points. We live out in the country and we get fuel points. So I'm one of those people that I get groceries plus I get a double. And that's why I use LRP, because not only do I get free shipping, I get that free product of the month, which is Sunny Citrus this month. And it's divine if you put it with your spearmint. And I get so many opportunities to have things like this. And the next page is going to show you a little bit more why I do that. But I buy this all. I buy all of this. So we get the sachets of the Lifelong Vitality because Luke likes to put his second set inside of his pocket. He doesn't like bringing bottles. And then we can get the Meta Power at a discount. And then you can get up to 3 items at a discount. And I'll show you that on the next page. But you guys, it is what the core is about. If you do not LRP, please ask us why you should. Because you're earning points. You start by earning 10%. And by the end of that first year, so 13 months, you're earning 30% back in points that you get to buy more product with. All these oils that you haven't been able to experience, Melissa, Rose, frankincense, you get to use those points. So that's why I LRP. This is another slide that I really like because it just takes what I just said a little bit deeper. And I'm sure people, all the leaders put it in the chat similar to what this is saying. But I like the flexible dates. You can change your date every single month. You are not locked in. And I just had an argument, okay, a tip with another gal with a company that sells cleaning products. And I said, I disagree. I absolutely disagree that I'm locked in on that date for forever because she was trying to sell me something. And she said, well, that's just how it works. It's not how it works. Okay, stuff happens, life changes, paydays change. That is absolutely insane. So I really wanted to highlight that because it just happened about 2 hours before class that you get to change those dates among all of these amazing blessings that are on this page. So 3 ways to share. So there's a referral program. I absolutely think that's the most genius thing they have come up with. Help your friends earn extra income, and you can obviously build a team, supplement, or replace your income. At this time, I'm supplementing my income. My dream is to replace my income. And so if you guys have questions about that, yes, Julie, whoop, whoop. So someday, I mean, we all have these amazing dreams, right? So if you're not dreaming, you're stagnant. And that's just boring. Life is not about that. Life is supposed to be beautiful, right? It's a great day to have a great day on purpose. So when we're talking about this, I want you to refer your friends to these blessings. So if you are being blessed by Deep Blue on your shin bone that you have had pain for in a couple of years, that just happened at my workshop last night, refer that. Hey, you've got to try this Deep Blue oil. You do not have to do what we do. But you'd be silly not to because it is such a blessing because I got to meet all these amazing people on the screen tonight. So we're super excited you guys came. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. Jules and I, we are becoming, I'm just going to call us a power team. Just kidding. But for real, it's been so fun. And I love teaching. As you can see, Jules loves teaching. That's her niche. That is totally her gift. She is so amazing at it. But next week, you guys, class number 3 is on metabolism and meta power. So we get to do a bit of a deeper dive. We have the foundation, and now we're moving into that next foundation. What makes our body function on a whole new level? If you guys want that free gift, which is that recipe book, and it's actually in my workshop, so I apologize, but it's amazing. And we're creating a new one, and it should be coming out in September. It is even better than the first one. We're very, very excited about that. But you get that for free from your wellness advocate who invited you here once you complete those 8 classes. So make sure that you text class and then tonight's topic. So what was tonight's topic? What is it called? Lifelong Vitality, supplements and something. You're going to text it to 534-429-5392. Jules?
That's awesome. Thanks, Sarah. There's a couple of things that I just saw pop up in the chat that I want to thank Julie for throwing them in there, number 1. But then I also wanted to share something that I put in there and I accidentally deleted the reason I put it in there. So I wanted to share that. So first of all, Julie was talking about using your refer a friend code. So I want everybody to know that's here that has a doTERRA account, you have a code. Whether you're building the business or you are a customer, you have a code that earns you or gives you the potential to earn free product or points for product. So just look in the chat there. It's basically referral.doterra.me followed by a / and then your ID number. And you can share that with anybody. And if they order, you're going to earn some rewards when they buy. So I just wanted to point that out. Julie, thanks for sharing that in the chat. And everybody has that link. What else did she say? Yes, with the referral code, you earn doTERRA dollars that work just like money. That's exactly right. And then I wanted to share, I put in the chat that I received this text last night. This was when you were talking about why we like LRP. And those of us who've really learned how to maximize the benefits of LRP, we know that we can get a lot of products and save a lot of money. So I got this text last night from one of my newer customers, and I've spent some time with her, quite a bit of time actually, explaining to her really how to make that work to her benefit, how to make the monthly orders work for her benefit. And I got this text from her last night. Just placed my July order. I used all my points to try several products, including a couple more tree oils, shampoo, and body soap, the Rose Duo, and other oils such as Serenity that I've wanted to try. Feels kind of nice to spend money without spending it. I think I spent about $200, but I'll get about $600 in value. So that is so cool. And that is, again, when you really learn how to maximize that and understand that you're not locked into it. Like Sarah was saying, you could change your date, you can do all kinds of things. But when you learn to plug in and maximize that, you can have an experience just like that, where she spent about $200, but she's getting about $600 in products. So super cool. I just wanted to point that out. Thanks for doing such a great job tonight too, Sarah.
You as well. Kudos to you. Do you guys have any questions before I stopped recording? Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. We are super, super grateful. We can't wait to see you guys next Monday and Tuesday. Well, sorry, tomorrow night. I always forget. Sorry, Tammy. I really am not forgetting you. So Tammy, she has tomorrow night, she has Table Talks, same time, same place. And then next Monday, we have same time, same place. And then next Tuesday, class number 3 on metabolism and Medipar. We will see you guys there.
Oh, before we go, somebody asked, Julie did, what's the table talk topic tomorrow? Tammy, are you still here? Oh, she's not. Okay. You'll have to tune in to find out.